So if you allow a person to constantly text you and that's your communication, then what happens is, Glenda, then what happens is when you have a conversation with the person, it's going to be difficult. So hypothetically, if I'm texting Paris or I'm texting Melinda, if I'm texting and I'm texting them in our language, where hey sweet, and our language is always texting. Thank you, sweets, baby. Our language is always texting. Hey, elegant. Then guess what happens when we have to have a difficult conversation? If I'm elegant, if I'm continually texting you, and our communication is 80% texting, then when it's time to have a difficult conversation, such as if you do something I don't like, or you do something that I may have a problem with, yeah, Glenda, then the conversation becomes harder. We can't converse. Thank you for the follow, Tina. It's hard to build a foundation on somebody that you can't converse with. Let me give it to you again. I said it's hard. It's extremely hard. It's virtually impossible. Hey Eminem, it's virtually impossible to have a conversation, to have a relationship, a growing relationship with somebody that you can't converse with. Because you want to hear their tone. Anybody can say, I love you through a text, but you want to hear the tone of voice. Yeah. That's the number one thing. You have to position yourself that the next person you meet, or if you're dating right now, do not let them text you under any circumstances. You're welcome, baby. If they text you and they keep texting you, if they text you WYD, if you're texting somebody and they text you WYD, you have to check them right there. Immediately when you meet somebody, listen to where I'm going, and I need y'all to listen to where I'm going. If you meet somebody, hey Candy, if you meet somebody, right? If you meet somebody, and thank you for the follow, Strawberry. If you meet, hey Yang, if you meet somebody, and the minute they start texting WYD, hey Stephanie, you have to check them immediately. What does that do? Why do I have to check them as soon? I don't care if you just met them. Why is it necessary, Cook, for me to check them? Because immediately it demands hey Kyle, hey Sawyer, it demands a level of respect. You got to let them know at the beginning of the conversation, at the infancy of me. Hey Kyle, hey Spiral, at the beginning of that. Thank you for the heart, me sweet. At the beginning of the conversation, in the infancy of meeting a person. That's why I talked about this yesterday. Exactly. Thank you, Jada. That's why I talked about this yesterday. And I talked about this yesterday. And that's why it's important to come to my lives at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time every day. I want y'all to use this the next time you talk to somebody. The reason people mishandle us, the reason when you date somebody, they mistreat you, is because they have no fear of you. Let me give it to you again. The reason people mistreat you, the reason people mishandle you, is because you haven't implemented a line of separation. We're so busy. Rosin. Yeah, Rosin. I appreciate you, Rosin. Thank you. Yeah, the reason, because what happens is You have to establish a level of respect immediately. Not down the road. Because when a person gets used to, hey Pat, when a person gets used to feeling too comfortable with you, they take you for granted. And anybody that takes you for granted will never highly respect you. Anybody, hey Ola, anybody that takes you for granted can never, did you hear what I said? Can never gain 100% respect for you anymore, because you have diminished your level of who you are in their presence. That's the worst thing you can do. You have single-handedly diminished the level of respect that a person has for you by simply not checking them when you meet them. So if I meet you, if I meet somebody, right? If I meet you, Denise, if I meet you, Rosalind, say for instance, if I met one of you and I'm texting you, bye, 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 and I'm constantly texting you, and you let me text you, and I'm texting you in initials WYD, and you constantly let me text you, and you not checking me, it becomes a habit. And the minute you try to check me, I'm looking at you sideways. And it's going to be a back and forth. Yeah, sweet. It's going to be a back and forth. And eventually it's going to turn into an argument where either one of us going to break. Yeah, the respect is gone. Within the first 5 days, listen to me carefully. I need y'all to use this at work. I need y'all to use this wherever you are, whenever you go to work, if you meet somebody. Within the first within the first 3 days of meeting somebody, you have to draw a line in the sand, letting them know that I'm not who you used to dealing with. Yeah. You got to let them know. Yeah. You got to let them know I'm not used to. Let me give you 6 reasons where to check them. The first reason, you check them when they hit you with WYD. Make them feel uncomfortable. You got to. When they hit you with WYD, you check them. You have to establish a line that they can't cross. You have to create a boundary. This establishes and lets them know I am not who you're used to dealing with. Yes, Vanessa. I'm not the type of person that you are used to dealing with. That's number one. When they text you WYD. The second time this is Grant. Now you can go ahead and give them a pass on this, but the second time they do what I'm ready to say, you gotta let them go. If you text them and they don't respond to you until the next day or 2 days later, check them. Let me give it to you again. I don't care how they may feel. If you text somebody or if you call somebody and they don't return your call or they don't return your text within 24 hours, they got to go. And as you go along, that time starts dwindling down. If you text them and they don't text you back within 2 hours or 3 hours, unless they got a high-level job, they gotta go. Why, Cook? Because people, listen, fill in the blank, y'all. Fill in the blank with me. People make time for what they want. Let me give it to you again. I said people make time for what they want. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, if you haven't hit that follow button, everybody, hit that follow button for me. Hit that follow button. People make time for what they want. And I am saying to all, specifically to all the ladies. Hey, Susie, thank you. To all of the ladies in here, specifically. Because a guy will try you and check you. Listen to where I'm going at. A guy will, hey, Nisi, a guy will check you or try to check you without even saying it. Cook, how do they try to check me without even saying it? They'll check you by not returning your calls and tell you that they got a lot going. Thank you, Felicia. Thank you, Alicia. Yeah. A guy will check you by not returning your text in a timely fashion. He's putting you in check and you don't even know it. And he's saying that he's too busy. No. We make time as men. We make time. We make M-A-K-E. We make time for, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not here to sugarcoat anything. I'm not just gonna say anything to you. I am here to inspire you. I am here to make deposits in your life so that when you leave this, I don't teach fluff. I change lives. Period. Thank you, baby. Thank you, Rob. I change lives. So the first thing, you check them. You have to check them at the door when they hit you with WYD. Hey, Caesar. Do not let anybody, be it men or women, text you WYD. Hey, class. Yeah. The second thing is, when you meet somebody, they have 24 hours. When you initially meet them, you gotta demand the respect in the beginning. You got to demand the respect in the beginning. The second thing, when you meet somebody, remember we said they got 24 hours in the beginning. And as you go along, that time dwindles down. First, they got 24 hours. If they don't respond to you in 24 hours, you check them. Yeah, I text you. It took you that long? Yeah, you go ahead and go in. Go straight for the jugular. You ain't got nothing to lose. You just met him. You go straight in. Yeah, I text you. You just texted me back. Is everything okay? You ain't even got to be demanding. I text you. And it took you 24 hours to text me. Is everything okay? And this will tell you when you say, is everything okay? Listen to what I'm saying. When you say, is everything okay? And they come at you with an excuse and you can feel the excuse. You got to have a conversation when you say this. You can't text them back and be like, I text you. Vanessa, you can't text them back and be like, I text you, what happened and all. You can't do that. You got to have a conversation with them because you have to listen to what they're saying. That's the problem. We allow people to lie through us through a text. Hey, Sharon, we allow people to lie to us through a text. That has to stop. Do you know egg prices is going up? Melinda, Vanessa, Nathaniel, Denise, do you know egg prices is going up? Do you know everything that's happening? And the last thing you want on your plate is to meet somebody that's trying to shoot game. We ain't got time for that, baby. The last thing you want is to meet somebody that's trying to push some game on you. No, we're not doing that. No, So I'm saying to you, nobody's going to play. Listen, the first thing, listen to what I'm saying to you. The first thing, how do I check a person when I meet them? The first thing is what? Y'all remember? How do I check it? You got to check it at the door. What can't they do? What's the one thing that you're going to check them on to mandate the respect? What's the one? Put it in the chat. What's the one thing that you're going to use when you meet somebody? Thank you, Melinda, for that. Melinda, thank you. Yep. As soon as they text you that right there, you check them. As soon as they text you WYD, you check them right there. That's the first thing. Do not allow somebody that you just met, to text you WYD. You have to demand the respect up front and set a level of expectation. Hey, baby, you have to demand your respect up front and set a level of expectation. It's frozen. It's demand a level of expectation without saying it. That's number one. You ready? Exactly, darling. Hey, darling. The second thing is that when you meet somebody, you can't allow them to think it's okay to text you or call you 2 days later. Did you hear what I said? They can't call you or text you the next day. You got to have a conversation. What? Yeah, we said, what you doing? Don't ask me to ask it. Yeah, exactly, Vanessa. Yeah, but you got to have a conversation with them. You have conversing is premium. When you meet somebody, I'm giving y'all the keys. Listen, conversing is premium. Melinda, hypothetically, if I'm talking to Melinda, thank you, Alice. If I'm talking to Melinda, and I just met Melinda, and Melinda, I text Melinda, right? And Melinda ain't text me back, and I called Melinda, and Melinda didn't call me back until Sunday. I text her on Friday, but she ain't called me back till Sunday. I'm calling her when she finally calls me or texts me back. I'm gonna say, yeah, I called you Friday. I called you Friday or texted you. Did you see that? Is everything okay? When they start stuttering, or Miss Terry, you said dropper. When they start stuttering, you got to give them a chance. You got to let them know what angle you're coming from in the beginning. You got to demand the respect up front. When you talk to somebody, there has to be a level of fear. There has to be a level of fear when you meet them. You can't meet somebody and make them think those days of making people feel comfortable when you meet them is over. No, we're not making people feel comfortable. No, we're going to be okay. Yeah, you got to make it. There's a level. Fear means respect. There's a level of, right, fear means respect. They have to understand that they can't do any and everything to you. They can't say any and everything to you. They can't. They can't. Those days are over. Listen, I'm telling you, it's too much. So it's too much to go on in the world for you to have to be worrying about somebody that's trying to play with you. So you check them. The first thing, WYD. The second thing that we discussed is that a person should not go beyond 24 hours when you initially meet them. They shouldn't go 24 hours or conversing with you or texting you 24 hours before responding. After a week has gone by and y'all still talking, after you've talked to them for a whole week and y'all still conversing, they should be responding to you within 5 hours. Once you know their pattern, they should be responding to you within 5 hours. You have to continually demand respect up front. You got to, it's a continuation. It's a continuation. Respect is first started, but I got to give this to you, and then I'm moving on to the part 3. I got to give you that. Right. When they don't, they're not exactly, Terry. When I got to give you all this, but the respect has to first come with guess who? Guess what? You. I'm ready to go deep. I'm ready to go deep. We can't ask people to respect us if we're not respecting yourself. It can't be. You can't fake it. Let me give it to you again. I'm going deep. I'm going deep with this. You can't fake it. I'm telling you from this day forward, you can't talk bad about yourself. You can't joke about yourself to people. You can't talk bad about yourself to people. That's number 3. You can't joke about yourself. You can't talk about you can't talk about talk bad about yourself. You can't discredit yourself. You can't say, oh, you can't, guess what? You can't say something like, I can't even fit my pants no more. You can't joke with yourself like that. You can't. You can't cast anything negative on you. You can't play with yourself. You can't diminish anything about you in your mind and in other people's minds. Let me give it to you again. You can't. Hey, Val, you can't. Because when you begin to cast aspersions on yourself, when you begin to besmirch yourself in other people's eyes, you're diminishing your value. When you begin to, even though it's a joke, when you begin to joke about your shortcomings in somebody else's eyes, then some people will take cold advantage of it and they'll lose respect for you because they then in turn will start joking or we call it cracking, or they'll start making you the height of the joke, the plight of the joke. And you don't want to put yourself on the other side stressing because now you're dating somebody with whom you've already discredited yourself. Yeah. Can I share something with you? People only use what they know about us. Yeah. And what they know about us, listen to what I'm saying to you. People only use what they know about us. And what they know about us, Val, is what we give them. Let me say it to the choir. Let me say it to the choir in the back. People can only use what they know about us. And what they know about us, we give them. Yeah. We give them the weapons of mass destruction to use against us. Yeah. Can I give you an example, Melinda? Let me give you an example. How many of it? Hey, Sin City. How many of us in here know Lori Harvey? How many of us in here know Lori Harvey? Who in here knows who? Thank you, Adrian. Who here knows who Lori Harvey is? You do, Nicole? You do? Put a heart in the chat if you know who Lori Harvey is. That's Steve Harvey's daughter. Everybody, D-Rock. Yeah. Thank you. One of the things, thank you, Swimmer. Thank you. Yeah, Lady. One of the things, now how many people, I got to give you this. How many people, yeah, Steve, exactly. How many people know how many men that she's dated? How many people know how many men she's dated? Do you know? That's public. Quite a few. She's dated, right, exactly. But you never hear any of them say anything bad about her. You know why? Because she makes every last one of them She makes every last one of them sign a NDA before they date her. Let me give it to you again. I'm going somewhere. Stick with me. I need y'all to stick with me. Listen to what I'm saying. I am teaching. I'm ready to go deep. I'm getting ready to go deep. Everybody, she's dated Future. She's dated Desi Banks. Right? She's dated Puffy. She dated his son. She dated all of these guys. She's last I counted was like 13. She's dated 13 guys publicly. And every last one of them, she made sign a NDA, a non-disclosure agreement. And you never hear any of them talk about her. Right? Even though they have stuff on her, they never talk about her. I'm saying to you, none of us in here have people signing NDAs. So therefore, you can't discredit yourself. You can't joke about your shortcomings. You can't talk bad about what you've done or what's happening in your life to people, because you are giving people weapons to use against you when they mad at you. They're only going to use it as a weapon. As long as y'all are cool, everything good. As long as y'all cool, everything good. You can't even talk to family members for real. As long as we cool, as long as I'm helping you out, as long as I'm doing things for you, everything Gucci. But the minute, Melinda, the minute I do something that you don't like, yeah, love. The minute I do something that you don't like, oh, you done. You are done. I'm saying to you that your secrets, the things about you, some things about you should only be between you and God. It ain't for your mother to know. It ain't for your brothers or sisters to know. It's only between you and God. Yeah. Because people will laugh at they're laughing, they joking with you right now, Val. Oh, we cool. All of that. But guess what happens? Hey, Bella, guess what happens? Hey, Paris, guess what happens? Love, guess what happens? The minute you do something, oh, they talking dirty about you. I had one of my buddies. Listen to this. One of my buddies. Hey, Kimmy, listen to this. Val, listen to this. One of my buddies, he asked me to cash app him $50. Yep, Val. He asked me to cash app him $50, Jay. Did you hear what I said? And I said, man, I ain't got it. At the time, I had thrown away my Cash App card. And when I told him no, he then called all of these people and talked about me like a dog. All because over $50. And I've known him for years. We grew up, you know what I'm saying? So why am I saying this to you? I am begging you. I'm not asking you. I'm begging you that from this day forward, that when you meet somebody to date, that when you go around your family members, that when you go around your cousins and them, even to your children, that you don't joke about your flaws. I'm begging you. No more joking about your shortcomings. No more joking about your flaws. Yeah, yeah. No more joking about your flaws. No more joking about your shortcomings. No. Only speak with your name when your name is mentioned. When you talk about yourself, you talk about yourself from a place of strength, not from a place of degrading yourself. Because some people don't like you because God is blessing you. Val, and they can't wait to find something else, find something out about you so they can go ahead and spread it. Did you hear what I said? So I'm saying to you, I'm begging you, from this, God has you on my live today for a purpose. You only speak about yourself from a place of strength. What's going right in your life? What's happening positive in your life? Oh, I got new growth in my hair. Oh, I lost weight. Oh, I'm healthy. My blood pressure is right. Oh, I got a promotion. Yeah. And this, Val, this Jada, this will reveal who your real friends are too. Listen. This will make the face city. This will make the fakes get off you, come out. For real. When you start talking about how good things are happening in your life, AB, I'm telling Ellie, hey, I'm telling you, all of the demons that's been around you, man, listen, they're gonna be mad at you. They're gonna be pissed. Man, they're gonna be so disgusted with your butt. They're gonna be like, hey, humble, thank you for the follow. They're gonna be like, yo, what you mean? They're gonna be so mad at you. I'm talking about absolutely disgusted. I'm saying to you, only talk about your strengths. Only talk about, yeah, exactly. Only talk about your strengths. So we went over a lot today, everybody. We went over a lot. Oh, Sincerity, you got me. Oh, we went over a lot. Listen to me. We went over a lot. The first, we're talking still on the lines of respect. We're talking still on the lines of respect. Make sure that you hit that follow button, everybody. Make sure that y'all hit that follow button. Make sure that you hit that follow button. I come on every day at 8 p.m. Every day at 8 p.m. Listen to what I'm saying to you. The first thing that we talked about is what? That when you meet somebody, they shouldn't be texting you WID. And we said that why? Because we want to establish a level of respect. Right? We want to establish a level of respect. The second thing we said that when you meet somebody, they have 24 hours to respond. And if they don't respond in 24 hours, you pick up the phone. Yeah, Val. When you pick up the phone and you call them. And you got to hear what their excuse was. As you get to know them, you get to understand their patterns. And then as you get to talk to them, that begins to dwindle down. After you've talked to them for a week, they got 8 hours to respond. After you get to talk to them the second week, they got 5 hours to respond to you. There has to be, hey, babe, thank you, baby. There has to be a level of respect. You're not going to date me and disrespect me. And then we talked about what? That respect first starts with what, Elegant? Respect starts with yourself. Respect doesn't start with anybody else. It starts with you. It starts and it ends with you. And how do we establish respect? We said, and I quote, that we have to stop joking about our shortcomings to other people. Stop talking about what's going wrong in your life. Stop telling people what's going wrong. Do not do that. Please. I'm asking you. We need to get to 20,000 right here, everybody. 20,000 for me. 20,000. Don't do that. We only talk from a place of strength. Only, thank you for the follow, Lucy. Only talk from a place of what? Of strength. What's going positive in your life? Why? Because we want to root out. Thank you, sweet baby. Thank you, sweets. I appreciate you, baby. We want to, thank you, sweet. Thank you, Rosin. We want to root out, Jada, all of the demons in our life. With all of the layoffs, with everything that's happening right now, Kimmy, thank you. Thank you, Kimmy, baby. With all of the layoffs and everything that's happening, the last thing you want to do is have somebody around that's a Judas. Did you hear what I said? With everything that's happening, the last thing you want to do is have a Judas around. I talked to my cousin, humble listeners, Melinda. I talked to my cousin in New York, and my cousin said that eggs is $14 where she live at. Did you hear what I said? My cousin lives in New York. She said eggs is $14 where she live at. Thank you, Roz. She said you can only get one in Trader Joe's. And they got security guards to make sure you only get one. They got security guard at the egg section. We ain't got time. Oh, wow, Ruth. All of this going on, Ruth said it's $16. With all of this stuff that's happening. Wow, Kimmy. Nobody has time. Let's get to 20,000, everybody. Come on. Let's get to 20,000. Nobody has time to be dealing with people trying to come for us. Yeah, Jada. Nobody has time to be dealing with people that's coming for us. I will finish this tomorrow. Wow, Elliot. I will finish this tomorrow. I'll finish it tomorrow. What questions, because I got a lot of stuff I got to do, y'all. What questions do we have for me before I leave? What questions? Make sure that you hit that follow button. Everybody, make sure that you hit that follow button. Make sure that you hit that follow button. Make sure that you're welcome. Make sure that you subscribe as well. Thank you, Viv. Make sure that you subscribe as well. Make sure 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Make sure that you hit that follow button. Everybody on all platforms, hit that follow button. Make sure that you subscribe. I appreciate it. If you have any questions, I typically take 5 minutes to thank you, Melinda, baby. Thank you. Thank you for the follow, everybody. Thank you, True. I typically ask 5, do you have any questions as I close? Because I don't want you to walk away mystified. I don't want you to, thank you, Sugar Pie. I don't want anybody to walk away mystified. I don't want you to question anything that I said. I don't want you to misinterpret anything I said. Because when you leave here, I want you to leave a changed individual. So do you have any questions for me? I got a lot I got to do. I have a lot I have to do. Do you have any questions for me? Any questions? You can find me on my YT channel. My YT channel, it's Coach Cook, Coach Cook's podcast. Viv, put it in the chat for me, Viv. Thank you, y'all again. You can, on my YT channel, Coach Cook. I'll see y'all later, old YT. I love y'all.